Gents, let's now focus on another big game coming up. Obviously, Group G showdown. The big game there. We know Brazil's already through in that group. But Serbia against Switzerland. That's the big one, really. Nick, when we look at it, can the solid Swiss get past the swashbuckling Serbs? Try and say that 10 times fast. But it is really a contrast of styles, right? We saw it with Switzerland getting past Cameroon 1-0, being solid, being sturdy, unspectacular. And in Serbia against Cameroon, that 3-3 draw, they just were all over the place, struggling, flying, struggling, and held on for a point at the end. So what on earth can we make from this game? It's probably going to be tight and tense, isn't it?
It is. And this is one of those games that will, to the uninitiated observer, or maybe someone who isn't so geopolitical, they may not understand the intensity. There's going to be a USA versus Iran feel to this. Switzerland has a couple of Albanian-rooted players. There is rife political tension between Serbia and Albania, going back to the stuff in Kosovo at the end of the stuff. You know what I mean, though. I'm not trying to underscore this at the last century. And I think it'll be tense in so many ways from the start of this match onward. And again, the Uruguay, I mentioned Uruguay-Ghana could be a fight. I think this one is going to be super, super tense. Maybe the most tense group stage finale because of all the pieces that are coming together here.
Andy, what do you see as being particularly key? Because Mitrovic obviously got off the mark last time. Tadic was pulling the strings, but Serbia defensively were a bit all over the place. So can Shaqiri and Bolo, Vargas, and maybe even Granit Xhaka make the most of that?
Yeah, and Nick, I'm glad we have you, by the way, to kind of just run through all of that, be the adult in the room and talk us through that one, because there is a lot there, and you have all of that. And then on top, you throw, here's a little bit of Granit Xhaka into the mixture and see what's going to happen. And some of the hard men on the other side for Serbia as well. I think this is I think the talent, the individual talent is on Serbia's side, but I think collectively, in the way that the team plays and operates, I think Switzerland are a much better unit, and they play together and defend in a way that makes them very, very difficult to beat. I think you can throw all of those things out the window in this game because of what Nick described and explained, and just say, nobody in the world has any clue what's going to happen in this game. It could go one of 100 different ways. When the draw came out, it was one of the games I was most excited for. I was a little bummed that it was going to be on the final day because I was worried it wouldn't have any real meaning or implications. Thankfully, it does. I can't wait for it to get here.
Yeah, and obviously the situation is Brazil's through, but Switzerland sits in second place. They only need a point from this game, Nick, to get through. I guess bearing in mind what happens with Cameroon if they really, really batter Brazil, then who knows after what we've seen in the group stage finales. But do you think Switzerland's going to get at least the point they need to get through, or can you see Serbia? And they have got quality attacking players: Milinkovic-Savic, Mitrovic, Tadic. We mentioned them there. Can they somehow put it together and pull off the perfect game against Switzerland?
I feel, again, you shouldn't be dealing with your own personal history of predicting and analyzing, but this is why I can't give you an appropriate answer. I have picked Serbia in almost every competition to be my dark horse. I love Mitro. Yeah, I love Mitro. I love Milinkovic-Savic. I think they're a really fun team. They're a physical team. They're explosive. They're a team that against the United States could put together a game that, they are a team. You like Weston McKennie? They're a team of Weston McKennies in terms of that sort of passion on full display. But I have this enduring memory of watching the Swiss just embarrass the United States as if they had never played soccer before. And it's made me realize that on their day, Switzerland can beat anyone. And it's a little bit, Andy mentioned Xhaka, who is one of those players with Albanian roots, but also what we talk about when we talk about Arsenal. We know he's a fighter and a scrapper in the middle of the pitch, but he's also capable of just wondrous offensive attacking deeds. And I don't know what we're going to get from them. And I don't know what we're going to get from Mitro, who might score 3 goals. He also might body slam someone. So, because I watched him at Newcastle when he was still getting mature before he was Fulham's ace. And you got that. And the unpredictable nature of this game. Andy got me excited in his description of it. Absolutely anything could happen.
It's so true. And I think when you look at a team like Switzerland, obviously I think we all just underestimate them, right? Tournament after tournament, we think, oh, that they're okay. They got some good players. They're solid. I don't know.
They were my dark horse at the Euros, and they went to the quarters. So, but I didn't learn my lesson about Serbia. So
they opened a door for me though when realizing. You guys know this, but the audience definitely doesn't. We don't talk a lot of Bundesliga. I really like Dortmund. It's a sister city of Buffalo. I watch them closely. So Pulisic, Reina, I still am grimacing that Hansi Flick didn't bring Royce or couldn't bring Royce. Akanji coming over and making me realize it wasn't Dortmund bias. He's looked so good for Man City. And when they can put Xhaka, him, and Remo Freuler, who's at Forest, out there, they can hang with people both defensively and offensively. And they got a lot of old hats too. Rodriguez, right? They've got guys. Jan Sommer.
Yep.
This is they can make a run too.
Yeah, something about this though just says that Mitrovic and Tadic in particular have got something up their sleeve just to unlock this Swiss defense maybe late in the game. I can see this being another wild finish. So would just sum up the World Cup very nicely in this final group stage finale if we were to have more chaos. So head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com for the latest. Head of Serbia, Switzerland during the game. After it, there's going to be chaos. We can guarantee that, gentlemen.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.